Hello students, welcome back to our economics class. Today we are going to discuss a topic from unit number 10, that is Telangana economy. In the last class we have discussed the health sector initiatives in Telangana, and today we are going to discuss a new and interesting topic that is related to the education. Now let us see what is the topic over here. Write a brief note on educational profile of the state. Of the state in the sense we are talking about which state. As I said, unit number 10 is related with Telangana economy. So we are talking about which state? Telangana state, obviously. So what is the topic written on the board? Write a brief note on educational profile of the state, which is a very important topic as a 5 marks. Before starting this, let me make it clear that unit number 10 is extremely important, not only from the point of view of the intermediate public examination, but also this unit is very important and can be asked in the competitive exams also. So this information which you are getting to know, which you are learning, which you are practicing and preparing for your IPE will also be helpful for the students, those who are writing competitive exam, because these are all the new changes which have been taken place in the Telangana state. So obviously right now in the upcoming fresh competitive examination you may find all the topics from unit number 10. So these 10th unit topics are very important. Might be you learn it for the first time, but as we are staying in the Telangana state, so it is very important for all the citizens to know about Telangana state, each and every brief point. So today we are going to discuss the complete picture on the educational profile of the state Telangana. Last class we have discussed about the whole health sector, right? What were the initiatives which have been taken by the government for the health sector we have read. And today we are going to discuss the complete picture about what is the educational profile of the state Telangana. So let us first go with the introduction. You can see here, according to GOT, I have written the short form over here. GOI means Government of India. GOT means Government of Telangana. Is it clear? GOI is Government of India. When I say GOT, that is Government of Telangana. So right now the unit name is Telangana. The topic is related with Telangana. So obviously we are dealing with the Government of Telangana. So according to the Government of Telangana, the socio-economic outlet report 2020. Socio-economic outlet report 2020. Which report we are talking about? Socio-economic outlet. Outlet means the outside picture. How is the educational profile of Telangana? That is nothing but an outlet. From outside, how is it? How is the view? So the socio-economic outlet. Which outlet? Socio-economic outlet report 2020. According to that report, there are 40,597 schools which are functioning within the state of Telangana. How many schools are functioning within the state? Nearly 40,597. In this topic, there are certain dates. You just practice the dates for 5 to 10 times, then you will get it. Alright, don't get confused, just try to by heart with me. How many schools are functioning within the state? There are 40,597 schools which are functioning within the state. Is that clear? According to Government of Telangana, the Socio-Economic Outlet Report 2020, there are 40,597 schools in the state. Till here, it's completed and hope you have also understood. Now, out of this 40,597 schools, there are various categories. Let us see what are those categories, and it is divided into how many categories. So right now you can find some 5 categories written on the board. The first one, 26,050. Which number is this? 26,050 state government schools are there. How many state government schools are there? 26,050. And 51 central government schools. 26,050 are state government, then 51 are central government. State government, central government, state government, central government. 26,050, 51. Alright, 26,050 are state government schools, 51 are central government schools. First point done. Hope you have by hearted the number 26,050 and 51 state in central. Done. Now second point, 3,269. 3,269. What is the number? 3,269. 3,269 are welfare and residential schools. Okay, 3,269, that is 3,269 are welfare and residential schools. Let us mix the first one and second one now. 26,050 state government, 51 central government, and then 3,269. 3,269. 3,269 are welfare and residential schools. Done. Let us go with the third one. 678. This is very easy. As we read the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You need to pick up 3 numbers. That is 6, 7 and 8. 6, 7, 8 are aided schools. Aided in the sense which are run by some trust or foundation. Clear? What is the third number? 6, 7, 8 are aided schools. 26,050, 51, 3,269, 6, 7, 8. Done till here. Then fourth one. 10369. You can say 10,369. 10,369. 10,369. There are how many days in a year? 365 days in a year. You need to remember 369 instead of 365. So 10,365. 10,365. Is that clear? 10,369 are private schools. Then 180 are madrasas. How many? 180. That is 180 are madrasas, right? Let us read fourth and fifth one. 10,369 are private sector. Then 180 are madrasas. Clear? Now let us read from first till last. 26,050 are state government. Then 51 are central government. Then 3,269. 3,269. 3,269 are welfare and residential schools. Then 6, 7, 8 are aided schools. 10,369 are private sector schools and 180 are madrasas. Clear? These are all schools categorized under one main heading, that is 40,597. 40,597. 40,597 schools are functioning within the state, and out of those it is categorized as this and this. Clear? After reading each point 3 times, write it 5 times in your book. Pause the video, write it 5 times. Then one more time, by including the first introduction until here, you write it without seeing. Done? Now let us go with the main topic. This was only the introduction. So the 3 factors are considered under educational profile. How many factors are considered? There are 3 factors which are considered in the educational profile. Let us see the first one. Enrollment, GER and PTR. GER means gross enrollment ratio. PTR, pupil teacher ratio. Pupil in the sense student. Pupil teacher ratio. That is you and me. You are the students and I am your teacher. So pupil teacher ratio. What are the 3 factors which are considered in educational profile? The 3 factors are enrollment, GER, that is gross enrollment ratio. That means in total how many students are enrolled in schools, that ratio. Then pupil teacher ratio, that is you and me. Is that clear? These are the 3 important factors. Now let us see the first one, enrollment. What is the first point? Enrollment. During the year 2017 and 18, which year? 2017 and 18. The number of children enrolled in schools. During the year 2017 and 18, the number of students enrolled in schools, number of students who have taken admission in schools were how much? 58.71 lakhs. How many students have taken the admission? 58.71. 58.71 lakhs students were enrolled in schools. During which year? 2017 and 18. Is that clear? 2017 and 18, number of students, number of children who have enrolled in school, the ratio was 58.71 lakhs. Out of this, 53% were of private sector, 53% were of private sector, and 47% was of government. 47% was of government. Out of this 58.71 lakhs, the 53% ratio is for private and the 47% is for the government. The first point is completed. What we have read? Nothing. Just during year 17 to 18, 2017 to 18, some 58.71 lakh students have been enrolled in schools. Out of that, 53% were of private and 47 were of government. A very easy, clean and smooth point, right? Let us go to the second one. Gross enrollment ratio, that is GER. The gross enrollment ratio determines number of students enrolled in educational institutions. The number of students enrolled in educational institution. Now what does educational institutions means? Educational institution means you get 3 things: schools, colleges and universities. What are educational institutions? Schools, colleges and universities. These 3 things comes under educational institution. So how many students how many children have been enrolled in schools, colleges and universities. That will be found out by the gross enrollment ratio. So, so I can say that GER determines number of students enrolled in educational institutions, that is schools, colleges and universities. Now the GER, that means gross enrollment ratio in girls is much higher when compared to that of boys. Very easy. The GER, gross enrollment ratio of girls, is much higher when compared to that of boys. Done? Easy point, right? We have just read the definition, like what is GER, and we have disclosed that it is higher in girls and when compared to boys. Is that clear? We read here 1 point. Out of that, it is divided into private and government. Under second heading, we have read the definition, and it is higher in girls and lesser in boys. Introduction, point 1, point 2 is done. Enrollment is done. GER is done. The last and final point of today's topic is PTR, that is pupil teacher ratio. Let us see the definition. The pupil teacher ratio indicates average number of children per teacher, average number of students per teacher at a certain level of education, at a certain level of education. Average number of students per teacher, average number of students per teacher. What is PTR? It indicates, PTR indicates the average number of students per teacher at a certain level of education. Now what level of education? Primary, upper primary, secondary. Primary, upper primary, secondary. Primary means your LKG, kindergarten, UKG, nursery, this will come under primary. Upper primary, that means your second part of the education, that is your school level, that is your SSC will come under upper primary. Then coming to secondary, your graduation comes under secondary. So what is PTR? It indicates average number of students per teacher at a certain level of education, that is primary, upper primary and secondary. Now the below table represents PTR in the year 2009 as follows. Here the level is written. How many levels we have, girls? We have 3 levels: primary, upper primary and secondary. 3 levels. And what is the PTR? That is pupil teacher ratio. For the primary it is 18.90. For upper primary it is 14.12. For secondary it is 17.85. How you by heart? I don't know, but you need to practice it again and again, the numbers especially. Let us read it once again. 18.90, then 14.12, 17.85. Let me give you one hint, like how to calculate PTR ratio. There is one formula. Number of students divided by number of teachers, number of students divided by number of teachers into 100. This is the formula of PTR. How to calculate PTR? The formula here is, like we have got some points here, right? 18.90, 14.12, 17.85. How you have got this? By dividing number of students by number of teachers into 100. This is the PTR ratio. Is that clear? We have done the introduction, then number 1, number 2 and number 3 points. First one was enrollment, second one was GER, and third one was PTR. So 3 points are done. The topic was educational institutions. We need to write a brief note. Write a brief note on educational profile of the state, and the topic is completed. Hope you have understood it, and I also hope that I have explained it quite well. So please note down each and every point which is there on the board, and also I just ask you to practice at least for 3 times, at least for 3 times, with seeing 1 time, without seeing 2 times. Alright, so see you in the next class with some new and interesting topics. Till that, stay home, stay healthy, and never stop practicing, especially economics.